why your joints might be hurting, and it's not what you think. Imagine waking up in the morning, you stretch your arms, wiggle your toes, and suddenly, you feel that familiar stiffness in your knees or shoulders. Maybe it's dull, maybe it's sharp. Either way, it slows you down, steals your energy, and makes you feel older than you really are. Most people blame aging, exercise, or even past injuries for joint pain, but what if the real cause was hiding in your kitchen, right in your fridge or on your plate? Let me be clear, some vegetables, even though they're labeled healthy, could be secretly damaging your joints. Surprised? You should be. Because while vegetables are generally good for health, there are certain kinds that trigger inflammation. The silent fire inside your body that eats away at your cartilage, leads to swelling, and makes your joints ache day after day. Now before you panic and toss out all your greens, hold on. We're not saying to avoid vegetables. What we are saying is this: there are 3 specific vegetables you may need to avoid, or limit, if you're struggling with joint pain or fatigue. And don't worry, we'll also tell you what to eat instead that not only protects your joints, but also boosts your energy naturally. But first, let's understand what's really going on inside your joints. What causes joint pain, and how food plays a bigger role than you think. Inside each of your joints, like your knees, hips, elbows, and fingers, there's a cushion called cartilage. This soft tissue absorbs shock, helps with smooth movement, and protects your bones from grinding against each other. Over time, or due to poor diet and inflammation, this cartilage wears down. Once it thins, you get friction, swelling, and stiffness. Classic signs of arthritis. Here's the shocker. Certain vegetables contain natural chemical compounds called oxalates, lectins, and solanine. For most people, they're harmless. But for those with sensitive joints or autoimmune problems, these compounds can cause inflammation and even trigger the body's immune system to attack joint tissue. Even more surprising, these veggies are commonly recommended by well-meaning nutritionists, but they don't work for everyone. Let's dive into the 3 vegetables that may be secretly hurting your joints, especially if you eat them daily. Vegetable 1: tomatoes. The tricky healthy food. Yes, tomatoes are full of antioxidants like lycopene, and they're often seen as anti-cancer and heart-healthy. But here's the thing. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, which contains a compound called solanine. For some people, especially those with rheumatoid arthritis or joint sensitivity, solanine acts like a fire starter inside your joints. Tomatoes can also increase calcium deposits in the body, which may lead to joint stiffness or even calcification. If you've ever felt sore after eating spaghetti or pizza with tomato sauce, well, this could be the reason why. Instead of tomatoes, you might want to try beets. They're naturally sweet, support liver detox, and help reduce inflammation. Red bell peppers, on the other hand, give you the same color and a vitamin C boost, but without the solanine. So, let's talk about eggplants. They're another member of the nightshade family, and, yes, they contain solanine too. On top of that, eggplants also carry lectins. These are a type of plant protein that can actually bind to the lining of your gut and, possibly cause leaky gut syndrome, which is a known contributor to autoimmune and joint disorders. Some folks notice joint swelling or discomfort just hours after eating eggplant dishes like, say, baba ganoush or eggplant parmesan. So what can you use instead? Well, you could swap it with zucchini. Zucchini is low in lectins and solanine. It's easy to digest, and it's rich in water to help support joint lubrication. Mushrooms, when cooked, are just packed with vitamin D and antioxidants. They really help rebuild joint cells and, reduce pain. Vegetable number 3 is white potatoes. The comfort food that honestly hurts you back. This one hurts to say. I mean, we all love mashed potatoes, fries, and baked potatoes. But white potatoes are another nightshade veggie, and they're actually one of the biggest sources of solanine, oxalates, and lectins all rolled into one. Worse, potatoes are high in starch, which rapidly turns into sugar and spikes blood sugar levels, creating even more inflammation. That's a double hit to your joints: chemical irritation and sugar-induced swelling. You can enjoy alternatives like sweet potatoes. They're lower in glycemic index, packed with beta-carotene, and honestly, they're just gentle on the joints. Cauliflower mash is another great option. It's fantastic for lowering inflammation and, it really helps support healthy digestion. Now that we've exposed these 3 joint-damaging veggies, the next question is obvious. What should you eat instead? What can actually repair joints and give you natural energy? So now you know the 3 vegetables you should avoid if you're struggling with joint pain. Tomatoes, eggplants, and white potatoes. The good news? There are plenty of nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory veggies that don't just protect your joints, they energize your entire body. Joint-friendly vegetable number 1, leafy greens that heal. Not all greens are created equal. Some are harder to digest and can increase oxalate levels, which may affect joint health, but others are superstars when it comes to healing. The best ones? Kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, and arugula. These greens are loaded with vitamin K, magnesium, and calcium, the exact nutrients your body needs to rebuild cartilage and reduce swelling. They also help alkalize your system, which calms inflammation at the cellular level. These greens also boost oxygen flow in the blood, which helps reduce fatigue and gives your body more natural energy without caffeine. Want a bonus tip? Lightly steam these greens. Raw is fine in moderation, but steaming helps reduce any harsh plant chemicals and makes the nutrients more absorbable. Joint-friendly vegetable number 2, cruciferous power players. Cruciferous vegetables are honestly nature's detox champions. That means they help clear out toxins that settle in your joints and create pain. Try eating things like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and cauliflower. These are rich in sulforaphane, which is a plant compound shown to reduce the activity of enzymes that break down cartilage. That's right. Eating more of these veggies could actually slow joint damage and even help your body begin the healing process. They're also fiber-rich, which helps clean your gut and boost your immune system. And honestly, that's a big deal if you have autoimmune joint problems like rheumatoid arthritis. Cook these veggies gently. Steam or roast with a bit of olive oil for maximum benefit. Joint-friendly vegetable 3, colorful root vegetables. You might be avoiding starchy vegetables, but don't fear all roots. In fact, some root vegetables can be game changers for joint health and energy. These include, carrots, beets, and turnips. Carrots and beets are anti-inflammatory warriors. They help flush out toxins, improve blood flow to the joints, and bring natural color and energy to your meals. Beets especially are high in nitrates that boost oxygen use in the muscles, meaning more energy and less fatigue. These veggies also provide complex carbohydrates, giving your body a steady stream of fuel instead of the spike and crash you get from white potatoes or refined carbs. Want to supercharge their effect? Pair root veggies with a source of healthy fat like avocado or olive oil. This helps the body absorb fat-soluble nutrients and, further reduces joint swelling. Bonus add-ins: herbs and spices that soothe. Besides swapping out veggies, you can spice up your meals with herbs that double as natural joint painkillers. So you might want to use more turmeric with black pepper since it contains curcumin, which is actually proven to fight inflammation just as effectively as over-the-counter pain meds. Ginger is another great option. It improves circulation and can really help reduce muscle and joint pain. And don't forget about garlic because it lowers enzymes that are linked to cartilage breakdown. Adding these herbs and spices to soups, stir-fries, or even teas can honestly dramatically improve how you feel day to day. And the best part is, there are no side effects. When your joints ache, your body is constantly in repair mode, which, as you can imagine, really drains your energy. Inflammation is like a full-time battle for your immune system. But by switching to these joint-friendly, energy-boosting vegetables, your body actually uses less energy fighting pain and more energy powering your brain, heart, and muscles. You'll start to feel more focused, less tired, and more active and flexible, all just by changing what's on your plate.